got the touch.
This is Stan Bush, and this epic video from Optibotimus truly has the touch.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? It's the one and only Optibotimus coming with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the incredible support of my patrons and channel members, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Kingdom Core Class Optimus Prime. If you'd like to help support my channel by becoming a patron or a channel member, feel free to check out the details down in the video description. Or if you can't do that, show your support by simply hitting that thumbs up button. For the package, we got that really nice, cool Kingdom look with an absolute gorgeous image of Optimus there. Clearly on Earth, you can see like the arc in the background. Really very, very cool. You got the Transformers text, a Generation logo. You can come around to the side here. You can see that he is part of the Core class, which I want to say that that's replacing the Legend class. I'm not entirely sure, but he's a wee guy. Come around to the back of the package. You got images of him in his truck as well as his robot mode. And then a whole bunch of warnings, disclaimers, all that fun stuff. Smaller packaging, obviously, because of the smaller size figure. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have the new Core Class Optimus Prime open up out of his packaging and obviously in his truck mode. And as you can see, he's tiny. Curse you, tiny Optimus. He's definitely small. Like I said, roughly Legend class. I don't know. I mean, people are saying that they're replacing the Battle Masters. I don't know if that's necessarily the case because they seem a little bit bigger and there is more of an involved transformation with these guys. But for a size comparison, here's the Deluxe Class Blue Streak from the Earthrise line. You can see definite size difference with these guys. But I don't feel like it's necessarily meant for Optimus. I think that this size works really good with some of the fossilizers or even like a character like Rat Trap, which we'll take a look at later on. Optimus, though, does look pretty decent. Obviously, he's got his weapon plugged in here. It does have a very familiar look to it. What's interesting is it has two basic ports. You can see a smaller post right down here, which is more designed to work with these guys at a 3mm, and then you do have a 5mm one as well. So, for example, you got a like hole right there that, well, does that? Oh, no, that doesn't go all the way through. Let's try that. There we go. So you can see that that actually can be held by a 5mm port or a 3mm one. That's a definite interesting sort of thing, but I do like the overall look. Again, it looks like Optimus's Prime, his cannon. For the vehicle mode, this guy's definitely a fiddly little thing. He's got some nice paint applications. Obviously, does have a very G1 Optimus style look. He's got tires, so he rolls. But very simplistic, but definitely a fiddly sort of bit to do, especially like here. Like there's little posts and everything here that need to lock in, and I can't get them to save my life, so I'm just going to leave it like that. But basically, here he is. Great sculpted in detail. You can see some nice rivet work and everything here in the front. Obviously, it's not as great as it could be because it is a much smaller figure. You got some good paint applications, though, which really does impress me on a figure this small. Got a couple ugly little bit, but what I do like is like this section right here, which is a hinge and everything. But I like how they actually have that sculpted in there to match with the grill. The only problem is it's gray plastic, whereas everything else around it is silver. But I do really like the fact that they have that sculpted in detail. That's really nice. For the transformation, you're going to just kind of hinge this down. Now this, like I said, is a giant pain in the butt. You can kind of see little posts right there. Now those are going to lock up underneath some holes on the underside of these arms. It's difficult to get, although as I say it, I think I got it to line up. Oh, well, no, I screwed it up. But it's a bit of a pain in the butt to get those to line up. It's doable. Like right now, I think I got it, but it's definitely not all that good. So we're just going to hinge that down like that. Then take this, I'm going to pull this away and rotate this all the way around like that, and then This bit right here, we're just going to fold out. These are going to become his arms, as almost every Optimus Prime figure in history has done. So just rotate these out. That just kind of like auto-morphed. I literally just like kind of pushed that, and that just popped out. So there you go. Rotate him all the way around like so. Go ahead and split these legs. This piece right here is going to hinge up as much as you can get it. Then take this piece, and then this is going to rotate around. But what you need to do to get the head out is push this little piece in. It's a little bit easier if you take this. You can see this little silver bit. Just take your gun and just kind of push that out there so that goes all the way around. You got a little slot and a tab section right there that kind of lock this into place, but it doesn't do a very good job of holding it. So just kind of put it there, bring that down, pull the head all the way up like that. Straighten out his arms, and there you have Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And a solid look for him. Honestly, it is. I really didn't expect it to come out this well. But he does look really very good. You can take the gun, plug that in there. It does have a very big handle, but I mean, that is stellar Optimus Prime style heroics. I mean, really, I mean, if you could have a little tiny John Bailey, that would definitely look like this guy. But you can see that there is an involvement with the transformation that I feel goes a little bit above a Legend class figure. But I also feel like the Battle Masters and everything, I mean, like, he's definitely bigger than like these little Micromaster guys and everything. So this guy don't want to stand, so why did I pull him out for comparison? It just, I don't know. And then you know, I have a deluxe class figure right here, so he's definitely smaller than the mainline characters. And I honestly, I don't think that a lot of people are going to be super into getting this version of Optimus. Now, there is speculation that this scales really well with that rumored Titan class arc. That's a possibility, and it might work really well with that. I don't know, honestly, it's a good figure. I just don't really see the point in it, honestly. Other than being able to have kind of a display piece with that arc. That's literally all that I can kind of think of with this guy. But he does look fairly decent. I mean, he has these little bits here that kind of hang off on the side, but it's not too ugly, I guess. Articulation-wise, the head does rotate. You get a nice range of motion there. Pretty good sculpt on the head as well. That looks nice. The shoulders here are on ball joints. That's kind of what the problem is when you're trying to line things up, because there's a lot of play in the ball joint in terms of like the rotation. So when you're trying to line things up, especially down here at the elbows where you get the forward and back and then the rotation of the ball joint, when you're trying to line things up to get all the tabs into place to go back into the vehicle mode, that's where it's kind of a fiddly sort of mess. Nothing at the waist, but I guess he kind of shimmies at his upper mid section. You got a ball joint here for the hips. This doesn't really lock in either. I feel like it should right there, but oh no, oh yeah, okay, sorry. So that kind of hooks in. So that kind of locks it in. You got a little, you got a little nub section here that kind of sort of hooks in right there. That kind of locks his waist, so that's nice. Forward and back, in and out. Again, you got a little bit of play at the hip section itself. You got a ball joint down here for the knee, so it goes forward and back. It also does rotate. Nothing at the ankles or anything, but you can see that they are on a little bit of a spread, so you get a kind of wide open spacing thing for him. Like I said, he's a good figure. I just really don't think that he's one that people are going to run out and want to get, unless, like I said, he's going to scale well with that arc that we might get. So if that's what you want to do, if you want to kind of have a bunch of and that's the thing. I don't know if we're going to be getting a full line of main characters that are done in this size. So we'll see. I guess, in general, he's not terrible. So, it is what it is. Now, transformation back, we're going to rotate these fists around. I don't know why he's also got, like, these little posts right here, because I don't think that fits any... Yeah, that's way too big for the little blast effects. So, I don't know why that... Is that a 3mm? Yeah, that's a 3mm plug right there. So, I don't really know why that's there, but that's definitely interesting. So... we'll see. Rotate that around. Again, you want to try and keep these as straight as possible for the vehicle mode, which is a pain in the butt to do. I'm going to separate this, lift this piece up. You're going to push his head down and then bring this up and over like that. Doesn't go all the way down. Doesn't lock in or anything. That's kind of lame. Then get these up and then rotate right here at the weird torso bit. Fold these legs back, and then you're going to bring these down and in, and then this is where it gets, like I said, tricky to do. So you got this little hole on the bottom that has to tab into that. So when you bring that up, you kind of have to push that a little bit and get that there. There we are. And I have no idea why you have these little tabs. You got these little tabs right here that literally don't look like they do anything. They just kind of sit there. So, again, I don't know. Maybe that's something for a future release. But they sit right there. So I feel like they should tab into his thighs or something. But they don't. So, you know, it is what it is. So we're going to bring this back around. And we're going to rotate this. And like I said, it's just a little bit fiddly to do. And I want to keep these fairly straight and get these arms around. So it is kind of a pain to get them back proper, but you can see like things are like not straight. So I'm done with it. You can also you got a little tab right on the side here that if you really wanted to, you can also take this, and you got a little gap right there that you can plug that in. The actual instructions show that as weapon storage form. So there's that. I'm just not a big fan of it. It looks good in the robot mode. The vehicle mode here is a little bit gappy and kind of ugly for the most part. And unless you have everything lined up proper, and everything's just going to keep moving around. So yeah. Can't really say that I recommend this guy. The robot mode does look good. I am impressed with that. But it's gonna come down to whether or not I want to have a whole bunch of these guys around the arc, and that's gonna just kind of depend on if they make more figures to go along with the arc. Because otherwise, I don't know if I just want to have like an Optimus there. But there's your look. That's it. The new core class Optimus Prime. If you are, for whatever reason, looking to pick this guy up, he will be hitting various retail locations fairly soon. So if you are looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can do the real simple thing and just go online to places like Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon. For both of those places, I'll put links right down in the video description where you can check them out and check out availability on this guy as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Again, if you like this video, I'd really appreciate if you would do one simple thing for me. And that's just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really very much appreciate it. Also, I do gotta send a huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members. If you'd like information on how you can help support my channel by becoming a patron like these guys, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Optibotimus. Or if you want to keep all of your perks and rewards right here on YouTube like these guys, all you have to do is click on that little join button right down there, and you can become a member of Optibotimus Plus. And finally, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.